Today I'll be looking at building the traffic light control system from EIM Technology. I'm a total beginner at this kind of project, so you can see how I do and how suitable this kind of project is for yourself. So let's show you the basic parts you get with this project and then how I get along with building it. All right, let's go. So let's have a look what we actually get inside the box. Instruction manual, which will hopefully contain all the details to allow me to complete the project. This looks like the Step FPGA board with some pins. This looks like the Stepico 2040 microcontroller. Some lights, street lights and traffic lights, power cable, and this looks like it's part of the either the traffic lights or street lights. And then we've got the main, I guess, what you'd call the motherboard, which is the layout of the street where you attach the traffic lights and street lights. And then it looks like there's another unit in here, maybe to relate it to the traffic lights. So we'll open these up and you can have a better look at what's actually in here. Okay, now I've opened everything up, let's have a closer look. So, manual, the main board, and then these look like traffic lights. You see these here. I'm not sure if these are linked to the traffic lights or not. I'll find out when I read up a bit more details. Power cable. This is the microcontroller. It looks like I need to actually solder on the pins that will then connect either to here or here. And this is the Step FPGA board. Again, looks like I need to solder the pins onto that first before it can go onto the board. And then of course we've got the traffic lights and street lights here. I'm really looking forward to this. I think I'm going to learn quite a bit. Okay, now I'm going to try my hand at doing some soldering. I haven't done very much before. I bought this little soldering iron quite a while ago and I wanted to experiment. So it's cheap, but let's see how we do. So I'm going to start off with the Stepico and the Step FPGA and put the pins in. If you're an expert solderer, I suggest you look away now. I'm going to assume that these go in this way, because this will push into the actual. Oh, these look tiny. This will be interesting. Alright, so let's see if this is hot enough and just a tin. Make sure you do this in a well ventilated space. Too much. Alright, so I'm going to start over here. Well, not perfect, but I think it's okay. Alright, on to the second one. Let's see if we can do this one. Alright, let's hope. We'll find out a bit later. Alright, I'm going to try and solder the street lights and traffic lights. Now one thing I couldn't find in the book, which as a beginner makes me a little bit nervous, is I obviously need to break these out, but it doesn't just snap out like a plastic model kit. So I'm assuming I have to cut these out somehow. I don't know, I'm gonna just try a corner piece here which isn't required. Does it just break? No, not easily. Oh, that's interesting. That makes me a little bit nervous. Let's do this one. Let's see if this will bend off. No, so I have no experience with this kind of thing. Oh, that one just flew on the floor. That pleased the wife. Well, that was surprisingly hard. Okay, I'm gonna try and clean these up a little bit with a file. Make them take off those rough edges I've cut. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Just here. And there's a little bit of rough edges here as well. So I'm gonna try and clean those up. Alright, I gotta cut these out as well. Wish me luck. Alright. Let me clean this area up and I'm gonna sand these down a little bit. Alright. Luckily I make model kits, so I can sand these down. Alright, I cleaned those up. We're going to start with the traffic lights first. So there's 4 of them, and obviously a set of lights to go in. I assume the different length here means positive or negative. The instruction set, let me just see if it says it matters. As a total beginner, make sure that the longer terminal leads of the LEDs are mounted correctly and pointing to the node which is marked as plus. Okay, so the longer one. Alright. This is going to be tricky. This is where I definitely need. Because I want this to look good. I'm not sure how I can make sure the light is on tight. Push that one as far as the other one, that's a shame. So there's a rookie error. You can see the green's not in as much. I guess I could somehow resolder that, but we'll leave that and I'll do the others a bit better. Okay, I am gonna do the other lights now and then we'll come back and do the street lights. Alright, 4 sets of traffic lights done. I obviously need to trim these, the excess wiring at the back, but I'm going to do that after I know everything's working, when it's connected up, so that if I have to redo something, it will be a little bit easier. So I'm going to move on to the street lights now. Let's move those out of the way. Now, the street lights are meant to hang down. So, positive is the longer one. going to show you what's in the book. This doesn't look easy. So I have to, sorry if that's upside down. Basically I have to bend them like this so they hang down. And of course I'm a little bit nervous that if I bend it I might snap the wire. I'm not sure if that's possible. As a beginner this looks a little bit tricky, so I'm going to give it a go. So I think what I'm going to do, it's got a little kink in it. I'm not sure if that's meant for bending it down, but anyway, then I need to know, look at the book, picture. So you want the light needs to be hanging below here, like this. It's going to be hanging underneath here. So I'm going to need to bend it, okay, out there. So I'm guessing, it's a bit nerve-wracking. Okay, bent, alright. So I'm going to solder this first one. Now I want the light, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I want the light to hang straight. So it could be a bit tricky. Right, so that's been too much, but just on the first one. Yeah, I can straighten it up afterwards, maybe it's not an issue. Alright, there we have it. That's okay. Obviously I'll trim this off later. I know it's all working. Alright, I've got 8 of these to do, so wish me luck, and I'll come back after I've finished all these off. Alright, so here we are, 8 street lights, hopefully successfully soldered correct. Again, I'm going to trim these the excess wiring off at the end when I know everything's working, so that if I have to redo something, I'm assuming it'll be a bit easier knowing that I've still got some flexibility in the wiring. Alright, so next I think is on to actually assembling this on the board, which I'm looking forward to. Okay, here's the main board, and just get the instructions out. So there's not a lot to do here. Plug a few things in and install what they call the board standoffs, which go into each of the corners. So let's do that first. Okay, let's do the street lights first. Pretty obvious, ground to ground. Alright, so I just need to make sure that for each of these, Alright, so I had to bend the pins a little bit. So this is a little bit tight going in. But it's in. Okay, so beginner's lesson that. It's quite important to have those pins quite straight. Alright, everything's in. Looks good. Guess the next part, find out if anything's actually working. Alright, I'm just going to plug this in. And let's see what happens. Nothing's programmed at the moment, but it's just really a test. Lights coming on. And, well, I don't know if flashing is good, but it looks like every light is coming on, so my soldering must be okay. That's pretty cool. I guess that means that chip is working. Alright, let's try the other side. I don't know what the difference is at the moment. Let's see if that also powers the board. Okay. Okay, I thought that switch did something there. Alright, cool. Alright, quite happy so far. Next on to programming.
Okay, now that's done, we can actually look at programming the board. First thing we need to do is download Thonny, which is a Python IDE. So here I am showing you the steps I took to download and install it, very simple. The instruction booklet tells you where to get this from and the basic requirements for installing, so it's all very easy. Once it's installed, we can go ahead and run the app. Next, we can actually attach our traffic light system to PC I'm using a supplied USB cable. And once you've done this, it will actually appear on your computer as a new drive, which you'll see in a second. Here we are. Okay, after that we need to download MicroPython from the micropython.org website and basically copy that from your download over to your Stepico chip so it understands how to run Python. This is all clearly explained in the instruction booklet as well. So that's successfully downloaded, and now I'm going to basically just copy and paste that file from my download location over to the drive of the Stepico. After you've successfully done that, we then go back to Thonny and we basically need to connect Thonny to the chip, which you can see I'm doing here. And again, this is very clearly explained in the booklet. I had no trouble with this whatsoever. Okay, and now we're ready to start programming. To be honest, the installation of the required software and getting everything to this point, very easy, very clearly explained in the instruction booklet. It went a lot smoother than I expected. So now I'm going to basically type in straight from the instruction booklet all the code that's needed. It's very clearly explained. I am a programmer already, but I think the code is very easy to understand what's going on, very clear, and they explain it very well in the booklet. It would certainly allow you to start experimenting with turning lights on and off, I think, with a little bit of help from some tutorials on various websites. And here we are. I've typed in all the code, and to get it running you basically just press F5 on your computer, and then this will run the code on the traffic light board. So let's see how it goes. Alright, moment of truth. F5, there we go, up and running, success. Let's see if the lights change. There we go. Wonderful. Look at that. What a great project.
All right. Now that I know everything's working, I'm going to attempt to clip off the extra wire that we don't need. Oh, it looks like it comes off really easy. So I'm going to go around, cut all those off. and then we'll be done. Alright, I've clipped off all the surplus wire off, and we're all done. Final words, this is a great project for a beginner. Would certainly recommend this to anyone that's starting out on I guess an electronic kit building hobby. Thanks everyone for listening, and see you on the next project. Thank you all.